Hey everybody, how you doing? I've been doing a lot of these blues workshops lately, and I wanted to give you a quick rundown of a 12-bar blues in C with a basic turnaround. Now this we're going to do this real fast so you can stop and play this over and over again. We're basically tuned G, C, E, A. I've got a low G on my tenor neck or a high G on my concert neck. Now the way it works is this: we're using the basic chords C, F, which you can't quite see around my fingers, but there's our F chord, and G7. We're going to be using a blues shuffle pattern, and what a shuffle is you add a sixth note to the chord. Now in the key of C, that note is A, and you get that on the second fret of your fourth string. That's your G string at the very top of the instrument. So it'll sound like that with the re-entrant tuning. It'll sound like this with the low G. With the F, we do the shuffle by adding a D note. That's the sixth note in F. And we get that on the second fret of our third string. So we've got our F chord, we turn it into a D minor shape. And again. And we do not do a shuffle on the G7 chord because a sixth note added to a seventh gets us a really horrible minor second interval. So we just play a G7. Now, the blues will sound like this before we do the turnaround, which we'll get to once we go through it. It goes like this. Now with my right hand, as you can see, I'm just doing a down-up stroke. And then an F chord. C. And then G7 and F, 2, 3, 4, C. Hey, baby, don't you want to go? I said F, F, 2, 3, 4, C. 1, 2, 3, 4, G7, and F, right back to C. Now that's the basic progression. But then we're going to add the turnaround, and this is where it takes a little bit of time. You need to do this. Setup is everything. And so you've been playing your C chord with your ring finger right there on that third fret of the A string. That's the way everybody learns, and it's a good way to do it. But for this turnaround, you want to use your pinky, and you want to put your ring finger all the way up, as you can see, on the third fret on the G string. That leaves these two fingers right here to play on the first and the second fret of the G string. So you can see that my pinky is down here on the third fret, and the other fingers climb up from first, second, and third fret. My right hand is just going to be doing the G string and the A string. So it's just a thumb, finger, thumb sound. Sounds like this. Now what I'm doing is after I do the triplet, the one and that's a triplet. After I do it, I lift up one of my fingers on my left hand to reveal the fret below it. So I've right now got covered the third fret on the G string. I do the triplet, lift up a finger, do the triplet, lift up a finger, do the triplet, and then I strum open, and the last part of that turnaround is a G7, and it sounds like this on a re-entrant ukulele on a high G. All together in the blues, it sounds like this. Baby, don't you want to go? And F, baby, don't you want to see? And then G7 and F, here comes the turnaround. Now 1 and 1 is 2. 2 and 2 is 4. Watch out there, honey child, I'm booked, I got to go. And I said F, 2, 3, 4, C. And then G7 and F, here comes the turnaround. Now just quickly on that turnaround before we go. It's a triplet, it's 3 triplets and then an open sound. So it's 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4, G. And then you're right back in. And there's your 5-minute blues lesson.